Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope y'all are having a great day. So today we are going to be discussing a little bit more about the teachers that y'all have suggested to teach our classes. So we're gonna vote a little bit more about who we want to hire to teach our classes at the Magic Academy. So we'll start with that and then we'll jump into a new challenge that we just released today on toongether, where we're kind of coming up with the design of our school. So I'm going to do about 3 different designs for the school alongside y'all. Y'all can collaborate with me on that. But each design will include one of the 3 of our main characters for our story. So if y'all were here last week, you remember that we designed several different teachers for our classes, and we've kind of narrowed it down even more, but we still need your help in deciding who we're gonna hire for our academy to teach our courses. So we're gonna start with looking at some of our final picks to teach our classes, and we'll discuss that. Let me know what you think in the comments. A lot of y'all designed really cool looking teachers, and so let me know in the comments, in the chat, if you were the mastermind behind any of these teachers. And yeah, and then we'll jump into the challenge. But first things first, we need to decide on some teachers. It's pretty important. We need teachers to lead our classes. So if you go to toongether, there's actually a link, yeah, right here that will take you to our Instagram where you can help us to decide on our teachers. So I'm gonna do that alongside y'all now before we jump into our challenge. So let's go check that out. And let me know how y'all's Tuesday is going. What have you been up to? I guess it's only the morning for most of you, if not all of you. So let me know if you're having a good morning, what you have planned for today. It's the evening or approaching the evening over here. So, and it's not, the weather's okay. The weather's okay. It could be better. And also Halloween is this Friday. So let me know, what are you dressing as? What do you have planned? Because this is my favorite holiday of all time. It's spooky, it's magical, it's just very nostalgic to me. It's the best holiday ever. Here in France, we don't celebrate as much, but I still make sure to do something every year for Halloween. And personally, I'm going as Paddington the bear. So let me know in the comments or in the chat what y'all are dressing up as for Halloween. Okay. So yes, here is kind of our final picks that need to be finalized with y'all's help. So I'm gonna go through it fairly quickly and y'all let me know in the chat what you think of each one. Okay, so I really like this one for script weaving, Miss Seraphina Bellwether. I like her vibe. I like the feather in her hair. They say elegant and graceful, but with a sharp wit, she expects perfection and can be quite intimidating. Her spells and stories are always flawless. I like the vibe of her, and I also really like the classroom. I think it's gorgeous. So this, I really like this one. I believe there's 3 for each class, 3, yeah. So here's another one, Professor Silas Quillshade. I like his outfit. I like his vibe. He looks very scholarly, but also has like an adventurous side, which I feel like is very important for someone who's teaching how to write stories. They have to have that experience and adventurous spirit, I think. And I think he has that. So I like him. He's cool. And then this is Professor Gearheel. And he looks like a lot of fun. He looks like he has a spunky side. But he also has, let me see, he also has like potions in his belt. So I feel like he's crafty. Like he has a lot of different talents. And then moving on to Enchanted Theater, we have Professor Serafina, and she's obviously a ballerina, so looks great to me. And I like the room as well. I like the background. It's very like enchanted. I like how there's this, it like makes you think of like pixie dust almost, like all the, can y'all see that? All the like white dots. And I like that it looks like you can see the stream of light. I feel like I haven't seen many backgrounds that have that attention to detail. So I really like this one. So even if we don't choose Professor Serafina, I think we should hold the Enchanted Theater class in that room because I really like how it looks. Serafini, yeah. Professor Serafina. Okay, moving on. Here's Mrs. Tander. She's strict and has an air of mystery. Yeah, she definitely looks mysterious with that mask. And why does she have it? I wonder why she has the big key. That's also mysterious to me. The key to knowledge, maybe? I don't know. The key to theater? I don't know. Okay, moving on. Mrs. Lavinia Burrell. Y'all really have me stumbling on my words with the names. I really like the names, but sometimes I need to like rehearse before I say them. She looks really cool too. Again, a bit intimidating. Great hair. And that's her color. She knows her colors. Okay, moving on to creatures and botany. This is, it says, welcome students, I am Mr. Balua. Yes, I will be teaching you about creatures and botany. I like that he comes dressed to impress. He knows his subject. I can imagine where his mind went when he came to class. He was like, I teach a class about creatures, so I'm going to wear a creature. I like that. I like that he knows, he dresses for his own subject. It makes sense. Great one. Okay, moving on. Now here are, so 2 people on Toongether collaborated on this one. So I love to see that people are working together. Yeah, okay, why does he have a teddy bear blanket? Well, I don't know if it's teddy bear. It's giving more like a wolf. Like something Jon Snow would have worn. And yeah, it's like I said, I think he came dressed to impress. And yeah, these 2, I love that they collaborated on 2 different teachers. Let's see, a kind, nature-loving druid. He's patient and gentle, always encouraging students to connect with the magical properties of plants. So we have Mrs. Robin Flutterwing and Miss Delphine Verder. So there's one, okay, let's see. Mrs. Robin Flutterwing is enthusiastic and a bit clumsy. She loves all creatures, big and small, and encourages students to respect and understand them. Okay, so I like that they did one teacher more so for the creatures and one teacher more so for the botany, because it is true that it's a lot of subject matter to cover maybe for one teacher. So I like that they suggested 2. And I like the look of them too. Like that, you look at these teachers and you're like, yeah, that's creatures and botany. Like they're out in nature. They're getting their hands dirty. They like very bohemian hippie vibes. So I like this. And last we have Mrs. Melontidy. Has not 2 braids, but 3, which I like. I like this, like how we associate braids with like creatures in botany. I feel like it's so true. It's one of those like physical appearances that just make sense. And I like how they're all wearing earth tones and they have like leaves in their hats. I like both of these. Maybe we need 3 and not 2. And then moving on to stars, prophecies, and signs. If y'all were here last week, you remember we designed this room and it is perfect and I love it. I think it's one of my favorite creations ever because it's all in the details. Like we have the beautiful sky above, we have the floating magical telescopes, we have the tea for looking at the tea leaves to see the future, and we have the crystal balls and the constellations on the walls. I think it's beautiful. And Canty gave us not Canty this time, which is a change, a very surprising change. This is Miss Shadow Dreamer. And I love her outfit and I love how she kind of blends into her surroundings. And yeah, I think she definitely looks like a shadow dreamer. That's a good name for her. And I really like her outfit. Yeah, great one. And then we have Fulbrick Meteor, which again, his outfit makes so much sense for the job. I like how everyone did a really great job associating the fits with the class. All right, I'm reading y'all's comments. Hello, Canty, you like tea? I didn't know. This is news to me. Canty didn't give Canty, but there are still tea leaves in the background, right? Yes, good point. But we're going back to our traditional methods of tea making. We're rejecting modernity and we're going back to the OG tea. No cans in this classroom. All right, moving on, we have Professor Claude Gable. He is a charming bachelor in addition to being a teacher. And he is teaching stars, prophecies, and signs, but he has like a specialty in zodiac compatibility. So he teaches how to profile people using zodiac, stars, and signs. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me see, he has a tattoo on his neck. I wonder what it is. What do y'all think his tattoo is? Maybe it's his zodiac sign? And then moving on to potions class. Let's see, he looks very intimidating. So like we're going back to Snape and potions. Like, is there something with potions professors and being mean? Because I don't know, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. Maybe whoever created this teacher can give us some clarification. Is he nice? Is he mean? Because maybe he's just in a bad mood when this photo was taken. But I do like his earrings. I really like his earrings, and I wish I had them myself, personally. Nice haircut, nice simple black robe. Yeah, very clean, precise. It's kind of going in the opposite direction of what I had designed or how we had designed last week for our potions professor. She was very like all over the place. And he's very clean, like he has that clean girl aesthetic with the gold hoops. So 2 different ends of the spectrum. I like him. Yeah, he looks like you just told him your dog ate your homework again. Exactly, like I'm not his favorite student. I'm really not his favorite student. Yeah. but he looks cool. Okay, and then we have Mr. Francho, is that right, Canty? And Mr. Whisk. Again, love, love, love. Last week we designed these two characters for a different class, but I can definitely see them teaching potions as well. Love his vibe. I would wear this outfit. And I want Mr. Whisk to help me with my assignments. I feel like I would just spend all potions class petting the cat. So maybe it would be a bit of a distraction, but that's okay. Worth it. I'm reading y'all's comments. Hello, hello everyone, welcome. Yeah, Mr. Whisk, love him. Yeah, Mr. Whisk is an icon and a legend. Okay, then we have Professor Divina. And again, this was kind of the vibe I was thinking for a potions professor. Like kind of that mad scientist vibe. Love her hair. It's super cool. And I like her goggles. I like that she's taking science safety, lab safety very seriously. Yeah. She's got the closed-toed shoes, the goggles, the lab coat. She's covering all her bases. Okay, moving on. Let's see, reading y'all's comments. He is a good distraction. And yeah, we all love Mr. Whisk. I think Mr. Whisk should get Teacher of the Year if he gets hired. Teacher of the Year award goes to Mr. Whisk. Okay, Dark Arts class, we have Lorena Darkspell. She is 100 years old and has used the dark arts to preserve her youth. That is amazing. That is such a great idea for a backstory for the dark arts teacher. That they're using the dark arts to preserve their youth. I like that idea. That could be really, really cool. And I like this backstory behind her because the mix of like the white hair with the black hair, kind of like old versus young, plays into her backstory of using the dark arts to preserve her youth. Like she's combating the white hair. Yeah, I like that. Very creative and great idea. And okay, moving on. We did this together last week. We have Professor Oberyn Leichhardt Dread. Again, with all the skulls on his outfit, it must be super heavy, but maybe he uses dark arts to make his cape or cloak less heavy with all the skulls. Or maybe the skulls are plastic, like he got it at Target or something. And he just used he hot glued them on. And he's really scared that people are gonna discover that they're fake skulls, that they're fake plastic skulls. And he's really insecure about that. And lastly, we have Miss Agatha Marigold. She is 1,206 years old. She is sly and manipulative. She pushes the classmates to do their best and challenges them. She's a vampire who obviously likes to drink blood, has a black cat as her familiar, and causes chaos. Again, love her outfit. This is some great Halloween inspo. If y'all are still looking for a Halloween costume, there you go. So let me know in the comments which are your favorites. I think everyone can agree that Mr. Whisk is the best, but if you have any other favorites, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't voted on Instagram, go to the post and vote in the comments, because this is very important stuff. We need to choose some teachers. All right, just catching up on y'all's Comments in the chat. Very brave to teach all day in heels. So true. Maybe she also uses the dark arts to numb her feet. Oh my God, skulls of all the kids that failed his class. That would be terrifying. Imagine he shows up first day of class. He's like, I bet you're wondering where I got all these skulls. And then they're the skulls of all the kids that failed my class. That would be terrifying. I think he would get fired for that, but who knows, honestly. Okay, so now that we've discussed some very important business, let's have some fun designing different areas of the academy. So if y'all haven't seen already, there is a new challenge to design toongether Academy backgrounds. So I kind of did some brainstorming, solo brainstorming already, but I want y'all to still collaborate with me and let me know your opinion. So I'm thinking that we can do 3 backgrounds total, 1 per our 3 characters. So 1 for Francoise, 1 for Marty, and 1 for Livia. So here's what I have in mind for each one. So I'm thinking for Francoise, because she is destined, or she's prophesized to become a dark teller, I think that we should create a secret dark teller room in the academy. What do y'all think about that? Because I'm thinking she's been sent to the school to convince other students to become dark tellers like her, so they'll need a place to meet at the academy. So I was thinking of creating a secret dark teller room, which is also guarded by some sort of like humanoid, half human, half serpent, maybe, kind of guard. What do y'all think? How do you imagine the guard of a secret dark teller room to look like? Let me know what you think. Secondly, for Marty, what I'm thinking, as we know, he's come to the academy hoping to be successful, to bring his family out of poverty and give them a better life. So he's a very dedicated student. So I think we should design an enchanted library background. There already are several in toongether, but I think it'd be fun to do another one because you can never have too many. And I think we could also design a librarian. What do y'all think? So we need to kind of, for the librarian, I was thinking it'd be cool to do a humanoid mix between a human and an owl, because owls are known for being a symbol of wisdom. So I was thinking the librarian would be really cool as half human, half owl, but let me know again what y'all think of that. And lastly, for Livia, we all know that she rode horses growing up. And so I think that we should design magical, enchanted stables to be kind of on the edge of the forest Magic Academy grounds. And we can create a caretaker for the horses at the stables. What do y'all think of that? Sorry, that was a lot of information, so let me know what you think. Okay, I'm reading y'all's comments. Bensmith, you said you had a secret room at your school? Tell us more about that. My school did not have a secret room, or maybe I just never found it. Okay, if y'all are on board with me, let's start on the rooms. Although honestly, maybe let's start with the characters because they take a little bit longer to be created than the backgrounds. So I think we should maybe start with the characters for each one. So let's see. So what do y'all think for the guard of the secret dark teller room, do you think the guard should be half human, half snake? Or something else entirely? Let me know what you think. Okay. Saying you had a basement, never used, and we played hooky there. Wow. My school did not have a basement, but I'm from Texas, and I don't think there's a single basement in the entire state. So we do not really go underground. I think the ground is too hard. All right, so I'm gonna get started. Anyone in the chat, you can interrupt me and be like, Dallas, bad idea. No snake. This would be better. Let me know. Let me know what you think. But I'm gonna get started on requesting the guard for the room. I think they should be a humanoid. And I'm thinking a half human, half serpent. He's human from the waist up, but has like faintly scaly skin. And then, oh, you like snakes. So is it bad to use, for me, I associate snakes with kind of darkness, dark magic. I like snakes too, I respect them. But at the same time, I do associate them with dark magic a bit. So let's go with a half human, half serpent. Wow, that's great spelling. He has a powerful human, no, I'm just gonna say he has a human build from the waist up. Oops. With gray, no, I'm gonna say with faintly, wow, again with the spelling, faintly scaled skin and glowing gold eyes. What do we think of that so far? Yeah, I'm thinking with a snake tail, but scales on the skin to kind of tie it all together. And then from the waist down, his body, do we think the waist down snake part should be black or dark green, or what color do y'all think? Because I can come back to that. Of a snake. He has serpent fang-like teeth. He wears a cloak with a hood and carries a staff. That's what I have so far. Let me know if you have additions, and let me know what color you think the snake tail should be. Dark green, okay. Tail is from the waist down his body is the tail of a dark green snake. All right, I am submitting that, and this will be the guard to our secret dark teller room. What about a book guard? We could also do that. What do y'all think? Like Brooke, but a guard. He's like Brooke's, why not? We'll do two. Because why not? And he can be Brooke's like nemesis, like his evil twin. All right, let's do this one, and then we'll do the, all right, character. Let's do another humanoid. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a, and Jody says, create the next character using only the iPhone's word suggestions. Okay, I'm gonna start it though with evil, half human, half a book, and then I'll let it do the rest. Half book character. The only one I know. Oh no. Okay, it doesn't have to be the one in the middle. Let's try like, it can be all of them. Okay, evil, half human, half book character. The other half is, okay, no. This is so hard. Wait, okay. The other half is just a little bit more evil than the rest. Does that make any sense? Evil half human, half book character. The other half is just a little bit more evil than the rest. Okay, let me begin a sentence where it can lead somewhere. So, his body is a little, oh no, now we're going back to how it was before. His body is a little different than his own, no. Okay, let's start all over. Let's start over and see how this, okay. Evil. No. He is half human and half, this is where I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna put book. He is half human and half book. Okay. He is not a good person. That's how I'm gonna, like, he's evil. I'm gonna put comma. He is just plain evil. Wait, it's actually working. Okay. Should I keep going? Should I risk it? Or should we stop here? I'm like, okay, he's half human, half book. He's not a good person. He's just plain evil. And stupid, no. And a liar. I'm gonna go with that. I think that's as good as we're gonna get. All right, submit. Okay, so now that we've done the characters for the first, hello in the chat. How are y'all doing? How's y'all's Tuesday? Yeah, I can't wait to see how this one turns out because it was not descriptive at all. So maybe Brooke's twin will be not super similar. Maybe they won't really be, they'll be fraternal twins. Okay, let's work on the characters for the other ones and then we'll go to the backgrounds, like I said earlier, since we need to give them a bit more time to be created. Okay, so for the Enchanted Library, I was thinking a librarian who is half owl, half human. Do we like this idea or do we have another idea? I guess we could have done, instead of the guard being evil Brooke, we could have had scholarly Brooke as the librarian's assistant. No, I think it's funnier this way as him being evil. It'll be funny. Okay, let's create the librarian. Is humanoid okay with y'all? Half owl, half human? Let me know what you think. I'm gonna start while I wait for y'all's response. An owl-like humanoid with a human body and the head and wings of a great white barn owl. What do y'all think of that? Thinking he wears a long robe magician robe because I don't want it to be like a bathrobe. Embroidered with gold thread. And I think it would be so cute if he had, yeah, you read my mind. What about with a monocle? Exactly, like a monocle or like little glasses on his beak. It would be so cute. Okay, let's go with a monocle. And a monocle resting on his beak. Oh, he's gonna look so cute. I can already tell. Okay. All right, I am going to submit that. And then 2 more things. So for Livia, for the magical stables, I'm thinking we can create a caretaker for the horses, but also a magical horse, like with wings. What do y'all think? Or does that sound good? Or do you think the horse shouldn't have wings and we just use a regular horse? Or should it be magical but in a different way, without wings, but it's like rainbow or something? Let me know. I'm gonna start with the caretaker. Oh, you're saying a centaur. Okay, should the caretaker be a centaur, or do you mean... Yes, wait, I think the caretaker should be a centaur. And so maybe we just do the caretaker, actually. Let's do that, okay. Hi, Jenna, welcome. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. Okay, let's do a centaur. And then I think a girl from the waist up with, I think she should have like long braided hair. Oops. And freckles. From the waist down, she has the body of a brown horse. And I think she, yeah, how should she be dressed? Like, I think she should wear, no, she shouldn't. She is wearing, Jenna, you're sneaking on while working. Thank you for choosing to come hang out with us, even though you're at work. I appreciate it. Ooh, I like, okay. Body of a goddess. I like the idea of the horseshoe belt. She is wearing a belt of horseshoes around her waist. And maybe like a cloak. And a cloak. I feel like cloak is always my go-to because it's very magical, wizardy, enchanted fantasy, like cloak. It just gets the job done. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, then let me around her waist and a medieval armored top. She has vines wrapped around her hooves. All right, let me just proofread that. And she has, okay, with long braided hair and freckles. She has a let's say like a silver. Silver strand running through her hair. All right. Let's go. Let's see what we get. Is that all our characters? Yes. So now we can start on the backgrounds. So let's start with the background for the secret Dark Teller room. Okay, so what I had in mind was something like a dark magical dungeon room with floating candles, but instead of like orange or regular colored flame, the flames are like black and violet. And then the floor is kind of like a cracked marble. And there's like a circular table in the middle and Gothic windows. What do y'all think? I think it just needs to have this really cold, scary vibe, basically. Evilness. An evil room, put simply. What do y'all think of that? Is there anything I should add? Anything I should change? Let me know. What about a dark purple room with several bookshelves and floating candles and a floating spiral staircase? Yeah, I definitely like the floating candles. And we can do a floating spiral staircase too. Okay, cool. All right. Lined with floating candles with black and violet flames. Ooh, okay. The candles are sticking out of black skulls. Nice idea. And then the floor is cracked marble. In the center of the room is a circular table, because they need like a table where they go and meet and have their evil Dark Teller meetings. So I was gonna do, yeah, like a circular table with like the chairs, you know those chairs that just look evil, like they have the really tall backs? I always imagine vampires sitting in them. I was thinking some of those. Is a circular table surrounded by tall backed chairs. And then maybe there's like black smoke filling the room. What if the table or chairs was made of bones? Ooh. Ooh. Really good idea. That is terrifying. And then, okay. Black smoke and shadows fill the room. Let's add Gothic in there. All right, around dark magic, Gothic dungeon room. How many adjectives can you use to describe a room? Lined with floating candles with black and violet flames. The candles are sticking out of black skulls. The floor is cracked marble. In the center of the room is a circular table surrounded by tall backed chairs made of bones. Black smoke and shadows fill the room. Black smoke and shadows fill the room. All right, let's go. And now we need to do the enchanted library. So I was thinking maybe like it would be cool to do an enchanted library that just goes on forever. So whenever we look at the background, we don't see the ceiling. It's just constant, keeps going and going and going because it's just endless knowledge. What do y'all think? And then there's a bunch of like spiral staircases and floating books. What do y'all think of that idea? Stretches upward endlessly. It is filled with spiral staircases and floating books. And the air sparkles. Let's see, the air sparkles with golden magical dust. So kind of like, I don't know if y'all remember, but in the beginning of the live, I was looking at some of the teachers on Instagram that we're voting on, and there was a background for one of the enchanted theater classes, and in the background it's like a stream of light and like almost like magical dust in the air. I kind of want to recreate that. We'll see what happens, but something like that would be cool, I think, because whenever I picture a library, I think of, yeah, a bit dusty, but make it magical, like dusty but magical version. That's what I'm imagining for this. All right, I'm going to submit it. And then we can move on to the last one, which is the magical stables, which I'm thinking maybe like horse stables made of wood with stained glass windows. And it's like located at the edge of an enchanted forest. Like it's in a clearing, but there's the forest right next to it, maybe. Let me know what y'all think, but that's kind of what I'm imagining. Enchanted horse stables made of wood and with stained glass windows. Located at the edge of an enchanted forest. I used enchanted twice. I'm going to change this to magical. All right. Let's see what we have so far. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, let's start from the beginning. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm just excited. Okay. Check out our snake terrifying secret dark teller room guard person. That is awesome and exactly what I wanted. Okay, this is not Brooke's evil twin. I think it might be because I wasn't very descriptive about it, but still, really cool character still. And then we have, okay, this is our librarian. I think perfect as a librarian, don't y'all? Like, look at the monocle. He looks very scholarly, wise. I think looks great, so I'm gonna get that. Here is our caretaker. She looks awesome, and she has the silver in her hair. I love her outfit. It's giving Joan of Arc turned centaur. Yeah, I think she looks great. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, half book, more like 1/16 half removed. Yeah, I said half book, and they're like, okay, he's holding a book. And he does look evil. I'll give them that. He does look evil. Yeah. Maybe Brooke's like long lost twin, cousin, third cousin, twice removed. Okay. All right, here is our secret dark teller room. This looks insane and so cool. I love the cracked floor. The skulls with the flame, with the candle flame, was a great idea. Yeah, I can see a lot of evil going on here. This is perfect. Let's save that. And here is our enchanted library. Okay, love it. I love the like stream of sunlight and like the magical sparkles. Amazing and perfect. Oh, and here's our stables. That looks really cute. Really, really cute. Okay, save to library. All right, let's start crafting some things. What did I, oh yeah, okay. Let's start with the, oh wait, hold on. Nope. Let's start with the secret dark teller room. Do I want to keep the mod in here? I'm gonna get rid of him. Sorry. Sorry, mod. All right, I want to make sure we can see some of the smoke off to the side. So do I want it centered? No, I'm gonna do it like this. Let's see y'all's comments. Loving this background. Yeah, I love all the backgrounds and all the characters. I think they turned out super, super well. Okay, only thing is, I think it's working on the poses. So I need to wait a little bit for those. But let me just save these and I'll come back to them later. Again, sorry. And I'm going to do then the library. And I want to show, let's like do it like that. And again, I'm going to save it and I'll come back to it later. And let's try again. Sorry, I'm getting rid of the mod. Okay. The stables, and I love, like, look, I love how in the stained glass window there you can see that there's horses. It looks perfect. Okay. There we go. Save. Yeah, the floating books is perfect. In my head, my idea is that they, oh, everyone kept the mod. Maybe I should have kept him. Oh well, for the sake of the live, that way we can see the whole thing. It's fine. Okay, my idea is that the floating books are there because once you're finished with a book, you say a spell and they go back to their spot. You don't have to, the students don't have to put back the books manually. They float off to their place. All right. Let's see, do we have any? I think they're still getting created. So while those get created, I think what we can do is work on the lore of each room. So put some information. And just saying, my goodness, can I do that with my kids? Yeah, it would be pretty convenient if things could just go back to their place without us having to clean up. But that's life, I guess. All right, while we wait for our characters, I'm going to type in some info. So I'm gonna put the hidden secret dark teller chamber. And so there's going to be a guard, but how should people, what do they have to say to the guard in order to access the room? Do they show something, do something, say something? And I wonder where, how do you access it? Like where in the school is it located? I'm thinking you have to follow like a secret pathway through the dungeons. Accessible through a dark passageway in the dungeons. And then I'm going to say, in order to enter, you must cast a secret dark magic spell. You must show, no, okay, you must cast a secret dark magic spell in front of the guard. Should that be how they access? I'm thinking. What do y'all think? What do they have to show the guard? I'm gonna say in front of the guard. Yeah, the room is amazing. I'm so impressed. You have to tell the dark tale or a dark story. Ooh, you must tell a dark... Oh, okay. I'm reading your comments as... Okay, I'll go back. And yeah, the smoke does work really well in the room. Like, it looks so cool. Okay. So there we have the backstory. So now all that's waiting is our guard. So I'm gonna go save this and go back to the library. So now what's our lore behind the library? Maybe you have to enter with your glowing skull or cast a spell to manage to light one up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, you have to show like some sort of dark magic spell to the guard. What should the lore of this library be? Okay, so I'm gonna put an endless enchanted library. The Academy's endless enchanted library. When finished with a book, it floats to its proper place on the shelves. On the shelf. Should there be any more lore for the library? Should we say something specific about the librarian? Let me know. I can come back to it, so let me know. Now for the stables, what should the lore be? The Academy's enchanted stables. what should the lore of the stables be? Like, is there something extra magical about it? Hello in the comments, in the chat. All right. Let me check on them to see if they, let's see, it's still in progress. That's okay. All right, just making sure these all, okay, we put in. Let me think of some lore of the stables. What if each student, has their own horse? So it's like also kind of an endless stable. Or maybe each student has their own horse and they get to choose in their head what it would look like. Or all the horses can fly, even if they, like, maybe they look like normal horses, but they can fly, like they have invisible wings or something. Just, we have a few getting created of those, so let me hop on over to the secret Dark Teller room and pull him up. Let's see if it'll work if I... no, I need to wait just a little bit longer. Are there any objects or anything I want to add in here? Oh, maybe I should, you know, place Francoise in here. That's a good idea. Let's go. I believe she's in my favorites. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put her in here, and then the guard will also be in here. Okay, so I think that let me see. Let me look at all her poses. Maybe she's going to be doing the dark magic spell. Maybe she's going to be doing a spell in front of the guard. Oh yeah, we have the new villain poses, which is perfect for this. Like, I could either put her here with the cloak, like she's sneaking into the room. Or she could be like sitting, like she has her own special chair. Or let's see. Oh, here's villain 2. Here's even more villain poses. I'm gonna put her as sneaking. And I'm just gonna push these up a little bit. She looks like she runs things. I dig that pose, just saying. Yeah, is it the one where she's in the chair? I also like, let me see, hold on. I like that one in the chair, but there's another one in a chair that is like, yeah, like here she looks super cool, but also this one too, like so scary and intimidating, but cool at the same time. Only thing is I don't want these to take away from the background. I want everyone to be able to see them. So I want to really, yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. All right, let's put angry. Whoa, that is, guys, that is so scary. Perfect, amazing. That is, he looks terrifying. Yeah, that is the perfect pose. Okay. All right, so we have our hidden secret dark teller chamber. That's a mouthful. We have that one finished, and I'm gonna post it. Hold on, maybe I make him. Okay. Perfect. And then let me go back to the library. And I'm gonna do the same thing with Marty. He's gonna be studying. Oh, what? Hold on. There we go. Reading. This is one option, or like even here. There's some great options. Let's see if there's the other reading. Oh, there's so many, it's amazing. All right, let's go back to reading. I'm gonna have him like this. And he's gonna be kind of like leaning just in the background, leaning against the staircase. And now I need to add the librarian. And yeah, so true that Francoise is smiling in the scene and the guard is so terrifying. I think it really shows how evil maybe she is, that she's not even fazed by how terrifying the guardian is. The guard. Okay, let's have the librarian. Should we just have them talking, just standing, posing? Ah, like this. That's a pose of wisdom right there. I just want to make sure that we can see Marty back there. So I don't want to block him. Okay. Maybe I should specify that this is the librarian. What should the librarian's name be? What about like... the Academy's librarian. Give me your suggestions for librarian names. Let me put this up here. What is like a wise sounding name? I think that the last name should involve feather. I'm gonna do, if I do Oscar Featherwild, I'm gonna do just Oscar Quill, or let's do this for now, Oscar Quill. Okay, perfect. The library is done. And now just for the stables and Livia. So let's add in Livia. Let's put her as happy. Or should we look at our specific poses? I'm imagining she's going to be fairly happy because she enjoys riding horses. So she's going to be happy to show up to the stables. Maybe, yeah, let's just do something like this, simple. And then I'm gonna put, let's see, is, yes, perfect, right on time, she's finished. Okay, I'm just gonna put like standing, or maybe idle or something. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's put that large. Since we don't have any more text, we can make it a little bit bigger. And there we go. Okay. Actually, I can put, and its caretaker. I'll put and the caretaker. I'm gonna put Lorena. I'm gonna put Centaria. There we go. Because that makes sense. All right, I'm obsessed with this character and the outfit. Like, look at the little horseshoes on the belt. That came out perfect. So cool. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what we did. So here we have the hidden secret dark teller chamber, accessible through a dark passageway in the dungeons, and in order to enter you must cast a secret dark magic spell in front of the guard, who is absolutely terrifying, and Francoise is not fazed at all. And then we have the Academy's endless enchanted library. When finished with a book, it floats to its proper place on the shelf, and here is the Academy's librarian, Oscar Quill. And last but not least, we have the Academy's enchanted stables and the caretaker, Lorena Centaria. And Olivia is spending 80% of her time there. All right, looks pretty cool. So that's everything for today. If y'all haven't had a chance yet, head over to the Instagram post to vote for your favorite teacher or teachers, because we need to make a decision on who is going to teach our classes this year. And when you're done with that, head over to the challenge and design some new backgrounds or choose some new backgrounds for the academy, because we need to have our rooms and spaces designed for the students to arrive at the academy. So maybe some good ideas now that I'm realizing is like, for example, the, what are they called? Like the dorm rooms, like what should that look like? The dining hall, what should that look like? I feel like that could be really interesting if any of y'all have any ideas. So thanks again for coming and hanging out with me today. I'll see y'all again on Thursday, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day and week. And maybe on Thursday we'll do some Halloween themed stuff with the Magic Academy, maybe. I don't know. But I hope either way you'll have a great week, and I will see y'all on Thursday. And thanks again for coming. Bye.